No one wants to sacrifice anyone, but it's got to be done. Like I said, there is no way around this. So today is all about the power of sacrifice in the best way possible in creating the life that you desire. Let's look at sacrifice in a new way, a positive way, as something to be desired. See it as a good thing for the sake of manifesting. But first, you have to understand the barter system. To manifest something new, you have to give up something. It's a fundamental rule in the universe, the rule of exchange, because nothing ever dies. It only changes, and we exchange one thing for another. Just think about it. Even when I'm getting new furniture delivered to my house, I never put the new furniture on top of the old furniture. I always have the delivery people take the old furniture away. And when I get a new car, I never put the new car on top of my old car. I either sell the old car, I donate it. So there is an exchange out with the old and with the new. Even breathing. In order to inhale, you have to exhale. They go together. Everything in life follows the cycle of giving and receiving. Why do we think that we can create a new reality for ourselves without giving something up in return? For something new to come in, we have to make room for it. And in order to make room for it, we have to sacrifice someone. Successful people all over the world have done that. And now it's your turn if you're interested in leveling up your manifestations. Most people think that they could just sit, visualize, and magically attract everything they want. So it does feel like it happens that way sometimes, but I'd like to go deeper about that in another video. But in this video, I want to be crystal clear about manifestation, period, in general. Manifestation happens on multiple dimensions because we are multidimensional beings. And that's where the sacrifice comes in. Because we are mental beings with our thoughts and beliefs. We are spiritual beings with our energy and our alignment. And we are physical beings with our actions and our behaviors. We use all three of those. So sacrifice doesn't mean you are losing something valuable or have to give up something valuable. I'm talking about giving up something that's holding you back and keeping you stuck so that you can receive something that will move you forward and energize you. Have you ever seen a frog try to hold on to its being a tadpole? No, it never ever does that. It never wants to hold on to be a tadpole and not move into its full expression of the frog. It's always willing to go through the metamorphosis of tadpole to frog. So, similarly, if you want to become the best version of you, you have to let go of the current parts of you keeping you stuck and holding you back. So, who do you think needs to be sacrificed so that you can transform your life? The person you have to let go of or say goodbye to is yourself. Meaning, I don't mean you, you completely, but I am talking about the parts and pieces of you who resist, who fight, who dread moving forward in life. Whether you learn these resistant behaviors from someone else, it could be someone in your family, someone in your neighborhood, someone you grew up with, or not, you still made a decision to buy those parts and pieces as your own and use them in your life. And if they're not helping you, I'm talking about the beliefs, the doubts, the fears, habits, judgments, all of the should haves, the have tos, the identity that you're holding on that's keeping you where you are, stuck in the middle of a place that you don't want to be. So if you want to step into your preferred life, you have to say goodbye to all of that. The thoughts that keep you in a very small box where there's not much room for movement and growth. The emotions that overwhelm you, drain you, and you could be picking them up from others, as I was saying before, and taking them on as your own out of sympathy. But when you do that, they become yours and you have to deal with them too. And they weigh you down. As they're lightening up the other person that you have sympathy for, you're weighing down yourself with their pain and suffering. You have to let go of that. The behaviors that you do all the time that sabotage your growth. And there may be many, there may be few. But if they are sabotaging your growth, you got to say goodbye to them, sacrifice them. And that identity that limits you about what you can be, do, have, and create. I have a few clients that were not willing to let go of their identity. I'll just briefly say one woman was very wealthy. She was a stay at home wife. She was in an unhappy marriage, but she was at a higher frequency than her mate. And with the energy healings, she was moving up higher and she was getting ready to start her own business. And I was very excited for her. She was going to have something that fed her soul. She couldn't go further because she was creating too much of a gap between her and her partner. And she was getting to the point where she would have to let go of this wealthy man. She wasn't willing to do that. She wasn't willing to let go of the wealthy man. She tried to include him in the sessions. He wasn't interested in elevating. He was honoring himself, comfortable in staying where he was. She was not honoring herself. And so she wasn't willing to sacrifice the identity of being a rich man's wife. And so she said, I will not be able to continue with you. You know, my heart goes out to her, and I do wish her well, and that maybe one day she can start that business that she was dreaming about, that was just making her heart sing. But I can't fault her. I've done the same thing myself. There have been times that I haven't been willing to make the sacrifice of an identity, even if, again, this is in a relationship where I was dating not the best person for me over a decade ago. And then I met this wonderful man at a dance, and goodness gracious, we really bonded. And he wanted to date and he wanted to take me out. I actually let him take me out, but it was always double dates or group dates. But I wouldn't let him be intimate with me or get too close because I was in love with this other person. I couldn't let him go. So I had an identity as the girlfriend of somebody else, and I refused to sacrifice that. And to be honest with you, that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video today, because in this morning's meditation, I felt the love that he had for me. He had a lot of love for me. And I remember one of the dinners that we had, he said, Carol, I really like you. I really, really like you. I remember it like it's yesterday, and it might be 10 or 12 years ago. But how the heck did I not choose him? You see, I was unwilling to elevate, let go of something less valuable to have something more valuable. I didn't sacrifice that identity, and there you have it. I didn't level up with my dating and get a better man for me. Anyway, I need to call him and thank him for being such a good man. That's what I need to do. So even though we're only one human being, the beauty of life is that you can choose at any point in time who you want to be. Are you going to stay the same? Which is impossible anyway, because life is always changing and you've got to respond to the way life is. Or are you going to step into your desired self? Choose wisely. It's your life. I'm not going to judge you. Nobody's going to judge you. No one judges you. Maybe you judge you. But I hope that you choose wisely and choose the one that you really want to choose. And this will help you. I do this all the time. As an advanced theta healer, I help people. See the link in the description for quicker transformation. So once you step back and observe yourself and see that I am doing a lot on autopilot, and I could have behaved this way instead, or that way, or maybe I could have said that instead, or maybe I could have said nothing. The more you take time to pull out, look at what you're doing, see how you're behaving, how are you feeling about how you're responding and what you've said, how you're initiating, treating people, treating yourselves. Reflect on that and reframe it in your mind. Change it around. How would you do it? Even at the end of the day, take an inventory. How did I do today? Without judgment. It's a learning process. Once you do this as a habit, the easier it will be to get back into life and initiate and respond the way you actually want to next time. You are carving out the you that you want to be, which will lead you to the life that you want to have. And no one can take that away from you. As your thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, and who you think you are restructure to the authentic you, it's a domino kind of effect, ride of your life, leading you to a universe, your own personal universe, who knows you intimately and continually blesses you with one satisfying experience after another.